Okay, once again good morning friends. So today in the last class what we have done, we have discussed few things about the periodic table. Okay, so just one recap what we are talking, that for the SEBA board we need to remember certain groups only, few metals, not all. We need to remember the group 1 elements, we want to remember group 2 elements, group 13, group 14, group 15, group 16, group 17 and group 18 elements. And what are the elements that I already discussed in my last class. Okay, once again, the group 1 valency is 1, valency is 2, group 13 valency 3, group 14 valency is 4, group 15 valency is 3, group 16 valency is 2, group 17 valency is 1 and group 18 valency is 0. Okay, now what is valency? We all know valency, we are going from class 8, 9 onwards also we are studying. So what is the valency? Many definitions are there. Valency is the combining capacity of an element. Okay, in other words, the number of electrons that is present in its outermost shell are called as valence electrons. Okay, now today we will discuss about one of the new thing that we get is atomic radius. Okay, okay, atomic radius. So the board is visible. Okay, so what is atomic radius? Suppose we consider any element, suppose we consider as sodium, the atomic number is 11. So how it will be arranged? It will be arranged in the form of 2, 8 and 1. That means 2 electrons here, 8 electrons in the second shell and 1 electron in the third shell. Okay, now what it has to do with the atomic radius? Atomic radius is the distance, okay, is the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell. Okay, so this is the atomic radius, that is the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost electron. Okay, this is the atomic radius. Now why here? The atomic radius is measured in the picometer. In the unit you will find it is written as pm. It is known as picometer. Okay, 1/100th of a centimeter. Okay, now what it has to do with the periodic table. Okay, first see, now before I explain certain things, you need to note down few things. Okay, the first of all, okay, what you can write it down also quickly, that atomic radius, okay, atomic radius decreases along the period from left to right. What I say? Atomic radius decreases as we move in the same period from left to right, and atomic radius increases as we move down the group. Clear? This way atomic radius decreases and this way the atomic radius increases. Why? We will explain. Okay, one more thing you note down, that about the, as we have seen that this is the metal are this side and the non-metals are this side. So again the metallic character decreases along the period and metallic character increases down the group. Clear? Another sentence statement, the electropositivity decreases, electropositivity increases down the group. Okay, one more statement, you can write it down, electronegativity increases along the period and electronegativity decreases down the group. So these are the four statements you should always remember when we study the periodic table. About the atomic radius, about the metallic character, about the electropositivity and electronegativity. Okay, now we will try to understand why this atomic radius is decreasing and why down the group it is increasing. Okay, see, we take one or two examples. First we take the example for lithium. Okay, that we are taking the second period. Okay, we are talking about the second period elements. Okay, the first element is lithium. Three elements. Okay, so if we draw the, so how many? Here it is one electron. Okay, lithium. Then we talk about, we will take in between carbon. Okay, 6 electrons. So outside it is 4 electrons. Okay, then we talk, we can take oxygen. Okay, oxygen has 8 electrons. So if we arrange, it is 6 electrons. Okay, now see, we know that the center part is the positive part. The center is the positive part and the electrons have the negative charge. Okay, a number of electrons and number of protons are, okay, number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. So how many? So lithium has 3 electrons, that means 3 protons inside. Okay, now it has, carbon has 6 electrons, so 6 protons, 6 positive charge inside. Oxygen has 8 electrons, 8 negative charge outside and 8 positive charge in the form of proton inside the circle. Okay, and we know that there is always an attraction force between the positive and the negative charge. Okay, so now 3 protons will help 3 electrons with a force. Okay, they will held together. Now here is 6 protons and 6 electrons, they are holding together, and here is 8 electrons and 8 protons holding together. Now where the force will be more? The force of attraction will be more where there are more number of electrons and protons. Okay, so definitely the force of attraction will be strongest in oxygen in compared to all the 3, least here and most here. So when they will attract each other with a strong force of attraction, then what will happen? This center part proton, it will pull the electron towards the center. It will pull this electron towards the center. All these electrons, they will pull towards the center. When they will pull towards the center, the distance from the center to the outermost electron will be reducing. Okay, it will not reduce to a huge margin, but again, yes, the size is very small, so a small, very minute reduction is a major thing. So there will be a reduction in the atomic radius. Okay, so when there is a reduction in the atomic radius, their size decreases. Okay, that means their atomic radius is decreasing. Okay, so clearly the atomic radius of lithium in a period, this will be the greatest atomic radius, and as we move down, the atomic radius is decreasing because of the strong force of attraction. Clear this one? So we can go with the other examples. Now we go down the group. Okay, now we go down the group. Okay, let us take the first group. Okay, so let us take the first group. Hydrogen is there, lithium is there, sodium, potassium and so on. Okay, hydrogen, you know, 1 electron, lithium 3 electrons, sodium 11, potassium is 19 electron. Okay, now if you draw the structure for the lithium first, okay, For the hydrogen it is only the first shell, okay, only one shell, the K shell, okay. Lithium it will be having two shells, okay. Sodium it will have three shells. Potassium it will have four shells. You can get an idea by arranging it also, by breaking the number of electrons. It is 1, it is 2, 1, it is 2, 8, 1, it is 2, 8, 8, 1. This way also. Now, down the group what happens? This is the outermost electron, so this is the atomic radius. Okay. Now what happened? The shell is multiplying. So now what is the radius? This is the radius. Okay. Now there is an increasing number of shell. So the distance from the center of the outermost electron is increasing. Okay. Here then 3 shells, the distance again increases. So here again 4 shells, the distance is more. As we move down the group, the number of shells are multiplying. So what happens? The distance of the outermost electron from the center is increasing. And when the distance is increasing, the force of atom, okay, here the distance is very small, the force of attraction will be more. Here the distance is little bit greater, the force of attraction will be less. Here the distance increases, the force of attraction will also reduce. Here again more distance, the force of attraction will reduce. So as we move down the group, the force of attraction from the outermost electron, it will decrease. Okay. So when the force of attraction will decrease, it can easily lose this electron. Okay. Force of attraction decreases means they can easily lose out this outermost electron easily. Okay. So that means when they can lose the electron very easily, means they are more reactive, they are more electropositive. Okay. So here what happens? The distance is increasing, that is the atomic radius down the group is increasing. Clear? Okay. Now what we are talking, this is one aspect about the atomic radius, how the atomic radius decreases in a period and how the atomic radius increases down the group. Okay. Now we are talking about the metallic character or the electropositivity. Okay. With the same group we take the, down the group we take the example for electropositivity. Okay. We have seen the atomic radius is increasing, so force of attraction is also decreasing. So losing electron is more easy here than compared to this. So when they can lose electron more easily, means they are more reactive. Okay. So that means they are more electropositive as compared to this element. That means electropositivity increases down the group. Clear? Now we take example in a period. Okay. In a period again we talk about the lithium, the first element, 3 elements, boron 4, okay, boron is 5, carbon 6, and so on. So when we arrange, what we will find, it is the 1 electron in the outermost shell. Okay. This is 3 electrons in the outermost shell. This is 4 electrons outermost shell. Oxygen if you take 8, so it is 6 electron in the outermost shell. Okay. So what is happening here? 1 electron. Okay. Now there are 3 electron, 4 electron. So now losing, see, losing 1 electron is easy, but losing 3 electron is not so easy, because they have 5 protons at the center. They will hold it very strongly. So losing 3 electron is not so easy as compared to this. Losing 4 electron is not so easy as compared to this. So as we move in the period from left to right, what happens? The losing capacity decreases, and we know the non-metals gain electrons, so and gaining capacity increases. That means the electropositivity or the metallic character decreases in the period. Okay, and similarly is the reverse is the order with the non-metallic characteristic or electronegativity characteristic. Electronegativity for the same reason, since they gain electrons, increases in the period and decreases down the group. Okay, so these are the some basic characteristics that we should follow from the periodic table. About first the atomic radius, how the atomic radius behaves. Okay, how the metallic character behaves, how the electropositivity behaves, and how the electronegativity behaves in the periodic table. Clear? So these are the four concepts that we should go through into the periodic table. Okay, so once again what I suggest, don't mug up the entire periodic table. Okay, what you do, you have the periodic table in your book. When the lockdown is finished, everything becomes normal, then what you do, you have the page in your book, you make a Xerox and you can make the enlarged size of the Xerox, and at the in front of your study table just you paste it. So every time for 2 minutes in a day, for 3 minutes in a day, what you do, you look into it, you observe. Okay, and how to remember, I told you once again, just you remember along the groups, down the groups. Okay, if you remember the elements in the down the group, in the coming videos I will show you how it helps. Okay, first during this time what you do, try to remember the few of the elements in a group. First group, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, sufficient. Second group, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, maybe okay. Then 13 group element, boron, aluminium, gallium, sufficient. 14 group element, carbon, silicon, gallium, okay, sorry, germanium. 15 group of element, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, sufficient for your exam purpose also. Okay, then oxygen, sulfur, okay. 17 group, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and 18 group the halogen gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. Bas this much you remember. How it will work in the next coming videos we will definitely explain, and we will try to solve the question and answer also. So for today, thank you once again. Stay at home, stay healthy and stay safe. Okay, thank you.